Hey gang, Jerry here, and today is going to be another video on our Factory 535 hot rod truck build. And today we're going to be talking about the rear truck bed. This is probably going to be a little bit of a long video, as you know, some of you that have already kind of gotten into this or looked into this. There's not a lot of information on the truck bed itself in the manual. On how to put your sides on, the roll pan, the bed, and things like that, and how your attachment points and all that. So I'm gonna try my best to be as detailed as possible on what I did and what I figured out, and hopefully that'll help you out. So let me go ahead and start off and show you here. So I went with the aluminum bed option, obviously. You can see there, and I have really kind of a nice fitment now with the aluminum bed. You can see my side over here and my side over here. My gaps are looking really, really good. One of the very first things that kind of stands out is this front bar. So as you know, as you can see already, that I've modified this. And I modified it for quite a few different reasons. As you know, the front bar, it was supposed to be angled up here, and it comes up to about this height and goes across. I chose to actually cut it down to the side of the bend right here for the sides. And there's a few reasons why I've done this. Now, this wasn't my original idea. I see another build, one other build that did it this way, and I liked it so much I decided to do it this way. So it helps quite a few different problems. You don't have to worry about getting this gap right here perfect on both sides. So I really like that part of it. It still ties the side panels in together by the mounting location, so those are the same. And another thing I like about doing the front board like this is it matches the rear. Obviously the rear did not have panels coming up on the side either, so it matches the rear, which I like. I like that it kind of matches the rear of the truck. And the third thing that I like about doing it this way is when you have the original one coming up to here, it was kind of blocking these natural lines on the cab. And I really like the way these lines on the cab look, and now they're kind of revealed. So putting it lower like this allows you to see this nice profile on the back of the cab a lot nicer. So I really liked doing that modification. So that was one of the bigger things that I've done as far as the rear cab goes. I do have my tailgate on, as you can see that. I am going with the tailgate option. The mounting locations of the tailgate, this right here. Now, I mounted this exactly like the manual says to do it this way, but in hindsight, I did see a couple of people mount it this way, and it would give a more natural line to this mounting bracket. So if I were to do it over again, I'd do it 90 degrees this way instead of the way I did it here. As far as the tailgate operation goes, the operation is pretty smooth. I still have to do something with my one brackets here. But as you can see, the tailgate is fully functional, and it kind of looks cool. So these brackets right here, I have not powder coated them. What I'm going to try to do with these brackets right here is I've gotten some, basically it's called plastic dip. And it's the kind of like rubber coat, like some, pliers and things like that, different handles, different metals, rubber coating them. So I have some of that coming, and I'm gonna try rubber coating these to see how that works. And if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna go and powder coat them. But I'm going to try the rubber coat option. It kind of looked interesting, so I'm going to try that out. As far as the roll pan goes, the roll pan is going to come too wide. So I had to trim approximately a ½ inch off of both sides of the roll pan to get my width that I needed. And it comes too high this way where I've already trimmed this down. I haven't trimmed it down to my final finish spot yet, but I have trimmed these down. So I had to trim about approximately a ½ inch off the roll pan and off of both sides, and I have trimmed these down. They're about up to here. As far as the tailgate goes, the tailgate was kind of straightforward. The manual is pretty good as far as the tailgate goes, as far as putting the tailgate together. Now, one thing I had to do is these bottom hinges. It's hard to see because it's black on black, but these bottom hinges, the tailgate was too long this way. So I had to trim 3/16 of an inch off the bottom of the tailgate to give enough clearance for the bottom hinges to be able to rotate to a point where they were flat and flush up against the truck bed. So that was one thing that you're probably going to have to run into as I did. One other thing I wanted to point out on the roll pan, as you can see, I do have the recessed mounting here, like the manual does point out. I have a couple of recessed screws here to hold the roll pan nice and sturdy. And I have a couple of mounting locations below, which I will kind of show you here in a minute. Now, again, for the truck sides, as you know, the manual is really kind of vague on how to mount the truck sides, the side panels. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually remove the aluminum bed and I'm going to remove the roll pan, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did as far as getting my truck sides on and getting them lined up and getting them mounted to the way I liked it. So give me a minute. I'm going to take some of this apart and I'll be right back with you. Okay. Sorry, one more thing I wanted to point out before I take the roll pan off for you guys is I wanted to show you how I have the roll pan mounted in. This is pretty straightforward as far as I think the manual points out here. I just have 2 locations here, 2 locations here, and that makes it really nice and solid back here. So I think the manual also calls out as far as a countersink hole like I have up here. I haven't decided if I'm going to put that one in yet or not because everything is really kind of solid, but I just wanted to point that out. All right, let me get this roll pan off and I'll show you the bed sides. Okay, I have my aluminum bed out and I have the roll pan off, and if you have the aluminum bed option, if you look at the instructions for aluminum bed, it does give you a little bit of insight on how to put your side panels on, but it's still pretty unclear. So let me show you what I did. So the first thing it tells you to do is to get a nice, like a ½ inch gap right here. So in which I have a ½ inch case block and I have about a ½ inch gap right here, and it also tells you to make sure that the bottom line is equal to the bottom of the side is equal to the bottom of the bed. So and then you can place a clamp here. So that's the very first thing I did is I achieved my gap. I made sure that the bottom was lined up, and then once I had that done, I then made sure that the sides were parallel with the bed. Now let me lower it down a little bit. So I originally put a clamp there. Again, once I had the lower section lined up and I had my ½ inch gap, I put a clamp there. And then after I had that clamp in place, I came around here and put a clamp right here. And that kind of clamped the side panel in place. And then I kept going back and forth, making sure that my side was level. Each time I made the adjustment, I rechecked my gap, made sure my gap was okay, rechecked the bottom of the panel, made sure the bottom of the panel was okay, and then just kept adjusting it until I felt happy. And once I felt happy, I did it exactly the same thing the other side. Now, as far as mounting location goes, mounting locations, if you come over here and look over here, you have a mounting location right here. You have one of these on both sides. So this is where I chose to mount the center of the bed. Now I have 5 different mounting locations on the side. I'm gonna have, not yet, I'm gonna explain this. I'm gonna have 2 in the front, 1 in the middle, and 2 in the back. 2 in the back are pretty straightforward. There's a channel. I don't know if you can see this channel, but you can see it down below here. You can see this channel right here. This channel goes all the way up. You can see I have a hole here. So this is my lower mounting location, and inside the channel, approximately an inch down from this tube, I have another hole, and that's my upper. So if you come across around to the side, you can see these 2 holes right here are gonna be my rear mounting section. Now the front mounting section is a little bit different. So if you look in the front, it's gonna be really hard to see, but you have a bracket down here. And there's one also up top here. Well, the bracket, as you can see, does not extend very far. If the bracket extended out of here, I would put a bolt right here, and that would be my front mounting location. And that's actually what I plan on doing, is I bought some of this 2-inch bar stock right here, and I'm gonna cut four brackets, basically. And I'm gonna mount the bracket to this bracket and extend it out to here. And then I'm gonna put a mounting location right here, which is gonna go, as you can see, go right through the body, right through the side panel, and tie everything, the body, the side panel, to the frame. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the bracket that we have up here as well. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. So I'm gonna have 2 brackets over here, 2 brackets on the other side, and that's gonna tie my front together. But I can't do that. I can't put these brackets on until I pull the bed off again. So that's why you don't see me having those on. Now, as far as the cab goes, I've seen many different configurations as a cab as far as this flange goes. I've seen people trim it down to what looks like about a 1/2 inch. I've seen people leave the side on and trim the top portion back to about a 1/2 inch. And then I've seen people leave it completely alone, which is like I have. I'm choosing to leave this flange completely alone because it's not interfering with me at all. If you look here, this is my aluminum bed, and once I have my aluminum bed, it's about flush with this flange. So I'm not gonna have any interference with this body flange at all. In fact, it's gonna help me. So I'm not trimming this off at all. Once I'm said and done, my side panels are basically gonna have 5 locations in the side, plus the 2 in the front that's in this bar right here. You can see how I've trimmed this bar down now. And then a few in the back where the roll pan goes. This is working for me. Now I know again, with this build, there's a dozen different ways you can do things. But this is what I figured out and what's gonna work for me. And I think it's gonna work very well. I don't mind seeing the fasteners in the side panels because my truck's gonna be blue and I'm gonna use black button head bolts, which I think is gonna give it a really nice accent. And I honestly like seeing that. I know some people like it being very, very clean. I don't know how they're doing that without, not seeing any fasteners in their builds, but this is what I've chose to do. and I think it's going to work out very, very well for me. I will have to do some shimming. You can see here on this gap right here, I have my line nice on my bed and it's fairly close, but on that side, I have a bigger gap. So there will be some shimming involved to make sure that their gaps are perfectly. I have fender washers that I'm going to be doing all that with. As far as trimming the fiberglass, what I've done is I went out and bought this little air saw, and this thing works fantastic. I love this little saw. And I'll leave a link in the description down below on where you can pick up one of these. But if you don't have one of these for trimming this fiberglass, this thing works amazing. I love it. It was one of the best purchases I ever did. Again, link in down in the description down below. If you're not going with the aluminum panel and you're using this panel instead, I'm not going to be using this panel. So if somebody's out there that maybe modified theirs and they went the wrong way with it and they need this panel, reach out to me and I'm sure we can probably arrange something because I'm not going to be using this panel at all. And I think that pretty much sums up on what I wanted to talk about as far as the side panels go. It was challenging. I'm gonna tell you that because again, as you already have seen, the instructions is very, very vague as far as this part of the build goes. I mean, there is not even a page in the manual for the side panel, and I believe 3 pages on how to put the tailgate together. So it's just challenging. But again, that's part of it is figuring this stuff out. So I enjoyed it. I think this is going to work out really, really well for me. So any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I'm going to be doing more videos like this all throughout the build process. And I think that's going to wrap it up for this one, gang. So remember, if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. All right, gang, take care and see ya.